of you who weren't here, you'll get to hear it. For those of you who were here, you'll hear it again. About the scientist who went to God and said that he had learned to create man. He said, God, I can create man. You know, God's not threatened by his creation. So he said, okay, go ahead. So the scientist, he reached down and he picked up a clump of dirt. And God said, let's stop you right there. He said, go get your own dirt. So God created the very dirt that he formed man from, right? And then he took of his spirit and put it in the man. And then that man became animated. And Pastor Nick is telling me that I've got my pant leg hitched up. Yeah, it just likes to hitch up like this. Okay. So he took of that spirit and he put it in the man, and then the man that he formed, which was a shell, became animated. And I'm not talking about like Looney Tunes. Okay, I guess that wasn't funny. He started moving. He became a living soul. Right? Now, we can fast forward. We were reading in 1 John chapter 4. You remember that? Okay, let's take a look here. Go to 1 John chapter 4. We're going to pick up there. Let's look at, we'll start at verse 12. It says, no one has ever, this is in the complete Jewish, it says, no one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God remains united with us, and our love for him has been brought to its goal in us. Here is how we know that we remain united with him and he with us. He has given to us from his own spirit, which we were just talking about, all right? It says, moreover, we have seen and we testify that the Father has sent his Son as deliverer of the world. If someone acknowledges that Yeshua is the Son of God, God remains united with him, and he with God. Also, we have come to know that we've come to know and trust the love that God has for us. God is love. And those who remain in this love remain united with God, and God remains united with them. So this says God is love, right? Okay. Here is how love has been brought to maturity with us, as the Messiah is. The Messiah is who? Who's the Messiah? And Jesus is who? Okay, I heard, then I heard I heard on the front row. So Jesus is who? God in the flesh, right? And you know, there's some that are kind of like, I thought that they were, okay. So, back in Isaiah, we're not going to turn to it. When his coming was prophesied, right? It said that he would be called Emmanuel, which is Jesus, Yeshua. What does Emmanuel mean? God with us. John chapter 1 says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And you go on further down, it says, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, right? Okay. So this says, as the Messiah is. What's the rest of it say? So are we once we get to heaven. So are we in the great by and by. So are we in the world to come. It says, so are we in this world that we're living in right now. Okay? Now, I did this demonstration, I think the first time in part 1. Let me get 4 volunteers. 4 people. Okay, and stop. There we go. Let me get 2 more volunteers. We got another one, and a third or fourth. Okay, we got another one. Okay. Now I've got some water up here, and there are 4 glasses.